Morning, my fellow dear friends. Good afternoon, and also good evening, good night. Depend on your time and your location that you may join me from, or also from the location you may watch after what we are doing today this morning. So please, as I welcome you, please welcome another person by touching the like button, by liking and sharing the program. That is how you on your own are helping in what we are doing. And you know what we are doing, that is very, very sacrosanct. It's very, very important for us to achieve our dreams by supporting our government in what we believe. So please, as you come in, join us this morning as we roll together to let the truth be told. Let the truth be what? Be told for once in our life. Let the truth stand, no matter how enemy hates what we are doing. Let the truth prevail. These are things that needed our attention. That is what we are doing this morning. That thing that they used to deceive you and makes you to put money where you are not supposed to put money. We are here to correct that wrong impression they have been given to you. They have been telling you all manner of lies in the name of getting money from you. That is why we are here, to debunk those lies and trash them out, and also to tell those who are seriously misleading our people, who are seriously lying to our people because they want money. We also do this to let you know that you don't have to put your money that way because they did not mean well for you. They are not doing it because of your value or because of they save your life or because of they help you to make sure that we get the freedom that we are fighting for. No. That is not the reason why they're doing what they are doing. They're all doing what they are doing in the interest of to destroy you, and you are helping them to destroy yourself by giving them your money. It is very bad. It is very bad. So please, I can ask you or endeavor to like, subscribe on the page of this page, RealBiafraTv. Please do that. As you do so, may Elohim continue to bless you, for you to join us to spread the message of redemption, the message of hope, the message of trust, the message of destiny, to be free and be fair. So please, as you come, please like and share the program. That is all you can do for us this morning, and what you can do for the interest of what we are pushing for, interest of supporting the government right now. We are here this morning to let them, the criminals and hijackers, to know that their time of deceiving our people is over. That is one of the important things that we are here to prove to you this morning. So that is why you know how we do it here. As I am taking my time to share also to my contact, please share to your own contact so they will come and join us, because you don't know who will see this program from your own comments. So please join me to do that this morning. Do not just watch, but like. Do not comment, like, subscribe, so you may know why we. And when you enter this platform, calm down to understand what we are doing, because we are not for saga. We are not for. We are only here to put things straight. We are here to put things straight. We are here to make you to understand the importance of what we are doing, the importance of the government, and that of recognition, and also to understand that there is nothing like group that will get us recognition. If you looked our title this morning, you may understand it clearly. Our title shows why we are here. If you have been following this particular platform, this platform always here to let you to understand what you have to do now because of the government of United States of Biafra that only has credentials, the document to seek for an international recognition for you. That's why I told that it is very, very imperative as you come, we are waiting for the like. But I think as we're waiting for that, we will go in to listen to some happenings before the people may join us. Yeah, I want you to know that in this platform, we don't want to play every other thing. We don't want to play another thing. Honestly, we only want to concentrate on what we believe and what we think, or what Caribbean has given us to do. That is what I can tell you. Please pardon me for that. Please. So please, we are waiting as the light gets to 10, then we may leash out what we have here. But as we do so, I want to bring a voice of one man to you. I want to bring that voice that the world hates so much. I want to bring that voice that's starting destruction of Nigeria. I want to bring a voice of that man who understands what is happening to us. Listen to this. After this advert, then you will hear the voice. After YouTube advert, because YouTube must play their advert. No matter what you think you can do, they must play it. It's their pattern of life.
Our Father who art in heaven, that your name may be hallowed by men, that we may bow at the mention of it, that we may offer every glory unto thee, that we may offer you every adoration and adulation, because there is none like thee. You fight our battles for us. Every blessed day you demonstrate through your kindness and your everlasting mercy that you are our Lord, our God, and our Creator. This evening we offer these your children unto thee. All over this very planet that you created, they are listening across the entire 24 time zones on this very planet where they inhabit. They are listening to your gospel this very evening, this gospel of redemption, a gospel of hope, a gospel of restoration, a gospel of renewal, this very gospel of freedom, this very gospel of emancipation as only you ordained, that this very gospel must be preached, that mankind may be set free from the eternal damnation of the creation of the British. My goodness me, I want to remain in the spirit, because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have spilled, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, O Lord of hosts, to have mercy upon us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you, to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word, which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist? You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said,
You must break our prayer, must you?
let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain, because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoko. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy, because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all this we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. I had in Sosine Bigebi. He said,
He said,
he said,
he said,
he said,
he said. Before
my
we go,
name is
yes,
Namde.
let us take 1 or 2 minutes to pray our leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. As he always pray for us. His condition in Nigeria, DSS dungeon, is getting worse and worse every day. Because Nigeria has mapped out Biafrans to be demolished in the surface of this world. That is why what we are passing through is too much. But we must survive. Chukwu okike abịama onye pụrụ ime niile eze na-ekpesịara ọgwụ ube na-agbakwuru ezuru ike onye na-agwọ ya bụ ihe kpatara ya ọgwọ mgbe ike gwụrụ mmadụ nke ụwa nwanne otu onye na-enye ndị na-enweghị olileanya onye na-agbara onye na-enweghị agbara ya ọgụ anyị na-asị gị n'isi Maazị Nnamdi Kanu nara otito, nara ịja mma, nara mbuli elu, ụzana ụzana n'ilukasịrị dịbara ha nsọ gị. Anyị na-ekele gị na-aja gị mma n'ihi na o ruru gị, n'ihi na o kwesịrị gị. Okechukwu oke mepere ihe niile n'isi Maazị Nnamdi Kanu as point of contact to Maazị Simon Ekpa, to all the Biafrans who are a prisoner of conscience in Nigeria, in every other country in the world. We ask you to come and grant us your mercy. Nyani amara gị, wụkwasị anyị ebere gị, wụkwasị anyị amamihe gị, nye anyị obi isi ike, bịa gbara anyị ọgụ n'aka ndị iro anyị. Lee Maazị Nnamdi Kanu onye ndụ ya dị n'ihe ize ndụ, onye Naịjirịa gọọmenti chọrọ iji nwayọọ nwayọọ wee wela ndụ ya n'iyi. Anyị wee sị ka Chukwu oke abịa ma keela n'iyi wee bụrụ nke mba Naịjirịa. Otu ha si wee chọọ ka ha wee laa Maazị Nnamdi Kanu n'iyi, laa Maazị Simon Ekpa n'iyi, laa Biafrans n'iyi. Ewe na-akpọ ka ndị Boko Haram bilie ma megidebe ha, ka anyị swap na ndị otu na-eluso Nigeria ọgụ. Ewe na-asị gị Chukwu oke abịa ma premier niile biko nụ mere anyị ebere, napụta Maazị Nnamdi Kanu na ndụ. Ihe maga anyị adịghị eme. Ihe ahụ ha nyere ya ka o gbuo ya, ọ bụrụ na ị chọrọ n'ihi wepụrụ anya gị ebe ọ na ọ karị ịnwụ. Ama m na ihe ị ga-eme n'isi Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, n'isi Maazị Simon Ekpa dị ka ihe mere ọdụ Job isi ekwensu. Ya ga-anwa Job otu ndị ọpụ isi wee nwa ya ma ya mesakwala ndụ ya aka. Biko, ama m na inyewu iwu dị otu a n'isi Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Amakwa m na inyewu iwu a n'isi Simon Ekpa Njọkụ. Wee na-asị gị Chukwu okike abịa ma biko nụ, anyị ataala ahụhụ nga ọ dị ukwuu. Anyị egbuole ụmụ Igbo, gbuo ụmụ Biafra egbu ma anyị ihe. Marịrị anyị n'ebe ị nọ bụ ọdụ ụzọ ọbụla nke anyị si wee mehie wee megide gị, wee na-asị gị biko e wee bịa gbaghara ma nye anyị nwere onwe. Mee ka mba ụwa otu anyị si wee gaa na Finland wee kwuru wee mezu ihe ha si anyị mee by declaring a new country that's called United States of Biafra, nke go onwe gị maara. Wee sị gị biko zienụ mepebe n'ụzọ ọbụla nke anyị na-etinye aka na ka gọọmenti na-etinye aka na for recognition. Mepebe ọnụ ụzọ ọbụla nke na-etinye aka for allies. Mepebe ọnụ ụzọ ọbụla nke na-etinye aka for sign document. Mepebe ọnụ ụzọ ọbụla nke na-etinye aka for sign agreement of United States of Biafra to be a nation. I na-asị gị biko nụ otu ahụ isi echebe, otu ọkụkọ si wee were nke na-echebe ụmụ ya, ka isikwa otu ahụ wee echebe ụmụ Biafra niile ebe niile nke anyị nọ n'ebe ụwa sọtụrụ. wee sị gị bikonu gee premier niile nụrụ akwa anyị, nụrụ arịrịọ anyị, nụrụ ihe anyị rịọrọ gị n'isi Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Ekwekwana ka ndị iro chịa anyị ọchị, ekwekwana ka nwa oru gị ga ndụ ya ewepụga ndụ ya. Wee sị gị bilie wee megide ebe ha bụ ndị na-emegide anyị, bilie chụọ ha bụ ndị na-achụ anyị. Send ya Archangel Michael, Archangel Uriel, ha wee buba agha wee megide aka ọbụla nke na-atụ anyị, aka ọjọọ nke na-atụ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Ụdị ihe ọbụla nke etiri n'ime ahụ anyị, ọ ga-ebu dibịa na-agwọ. Mgbe mmadụ ngwa enweghị ike ịgwọ, gwọpụ ihe ahụ na-arụ ya ka o wee nwere onwe, ka o were ndụ ya pụta. Ka profesi ndị na-ebusi na ọ ga-adị ndụ hụ Biafra, ka ọ dị ndụ wee hụ na Biafra has been re-declared, and dị ndụ wee hụ recognition, wee nọ na Biafra wee nwere onwe ya. Otu akọdebe Maazị Nnamdi Kanu nọ, Maazị Simon Ekpa nọ. Anyị ayọghị ihe ndị a n'ụtụtụ wee kwe na ị ga-emezu ya na aha Chukwu oke abịama. Ise, 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 ise. I see you, Official AJ. Good morning from here. I see you, Mazi Kevin. Good morning from here. This morning, when it's got to time to call, when you call, take your 2 minutes out of your time to pray for our leaders. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Maazị Simon Ekpa, on their ọnọdụ ha nọ n'ime ya, ihe ọ na-agba anya mmiri. Please, as you come, as you join me, have you liked the program? If you never do so, please do so, because when you like, others may know that we are live, so they can be able to come to join us. Kevin Akpos, good morning from here. I see you. Remember the code. Official AJ has put it there. That is the code of this platform. That is the code of this platform. The code is hashtag free Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. A prisoner of conscience, Nigeria government, free him alive. Hashtag free Maazị Simon Ekpa, Finland government, a prisoner of conscience. This is the code on this platform. So when you come, please endeavor to do that. It's very important. Jennifer, I see you. Good morning. Thank you for coming in. We must continue what we are doing, because it is our right in what we are doing. We are here this morning once again to present to you that no group, IPOB, Autopilot, Bridge, Fallback, CRC, Adudele, Faceless Unite, and all the group claiming Masob, none of them can be addressed. None of them, no matter what they claim, can get recognition or for them to be addressed as a nation in the world. It can never happen. It's out of the contents. They said no matter what they claim, no matter what they claim, they can never in their entire life, they cannot, they only want to continue making you. That is why they never want to be a declaration that we end all those groups. A declaration of United States of Biafra on November 29, 2024. No group again is fighting for this freedom. No, we're no longer in a group. Rather, we are in a government of a country. We are in a country. We are no longer a group of people. They address us as a group that can never get recognition, but after our official declaration, the world addresses us as a country. This is what we all must know. This is all we needed to know. And they hide all these things from us. Under MONTEVIDEO Convention, they said, no matter what they claim to be, they did not meet a criteria of becoming a country or to give them recognition. With them and with their lobby, we are here to present you Article 6 of MONTEVIDEO Convention, paragraph 1 to 3, proving that no amount of group, no matter what they claim they are, no matter what they think they can do, that they will never get an international recognition for a new state. We're here to prove it out to you this morning as we continue. We're waiting for our like. We have 9. Remember, one person. So please, if it's your first time of coming on this page, you may see me in between of two central wall, where I am at the center. Do I open my hand? Then me, I am the center of this wall. So please, you will see a 3 dot in front of you. Click, so you may be able to see to open. That 3 dot will open. You will see like. Please like the program. Please, it is very, very important if you do so. I see you, Juliet. Good morning from here. Yes, before we move, waiting for the 1 like to come in to make it 10. Remember that we are building this platform newly. You can look out for super chats. You can look at how you can support this platform, because I want to be reading it face to face on the screen, not going to the other side because of a phone. We need a gadget. Anything you can do to support this platform, please endorse to do that. If what we are doing, you like it, you think it is wise for this message to be going more viral, for people to understand what we are doing, so please support the page. I am seeking for support on this page to build it in a larger way, that we all can even come in on the screen, contribute one or two, because there is those who don't like to call, but they want to come inside studio. For those people, that is why we want to build it, so they can be able to come. Please endeavor to do that. Please endeavor to support us, no matter how your modest wide it is. Support the platform, support the page to grow, please. Thank you so much as you do so. Yes. Now it's time to go into what brings us here this morning, into what we need to know, into that thing that they used to deceive you. Tell you that their name is Bridge, their name is IPOB, their name is Manfe, their name is CRC, their name is this Jan, their name is this. It doesn't work. It can never get us recognition. The world can never use it to see that even at doing that, they thought that we are not serious. But when you have a country, they will know how serious you are. When you have a country, the world will know how serious we are. Now it's time to showcase our seriousness. Now it's time to showcase our mental toughness. Now it's time to prove to the world that we understand what we are doing and what we are seeking for, that is in our hand to take it, not anybody to give it to us. I hope you are following. Everything you said is happening, they used to deceive you. You must desist from those deceivers. Under international, that is why I'm here. That is why RealBiafraTv is coming from this dimension, bringing you the dimension that will make you to understand the importance of what we are doing. Our headline: after a declaration of a new country, can a group use the name Bridge gets international recognition for a new state? Listen as the voice play and we explain.
No, a group with the name Bridge cannot be recognized as a new country after a declaration of independence. The name of the entity...
No is how he started. No is how everything started here this morning. A group with the name Bridge cannot be recognized as a new country after a declaration of independence. After our self-referendum vote, number 1, after official declaration of United States of Biafra as an independence, they said a name called Bridge, cannot be recognized as a country after a declaration of an independent state. I hope you are listening to this. You may, when we are going down, you may understand from where I gather this information, like I've always said it. We have over 40 likes in 29 minutes, over 40 view or 42 view, but we have only 10 likes. Please like the program as you come in. Like, so others may know that we are live and we are direct. What is holding you from liking the program is the question. Or because of it's not the kind of things you want, is why you don't want to like it. But I think that the genuine Biafras who are here, they like for us to go this way I am going. I think so. Do we continue on this way, or do you want us to come here and be doing what everybody is explaining to you? But what I want to know is now, the work is divided, but all the work are yielding through one goal. I've already told you here, I can only mention the name of these inconsequentials. But I will not analyze their program because our people are analyzing their program. Anthony, good morning. I can see you. You're welcome. This I won't be here. What other Biafrans is doing? You want me to continue? When I come, I will play radio around. I will start analyzing it. No. Week in, week out, there is somebody. There is those who choose. This is the work they choose to do. You go to their platform, you talk about it. But when you come here, the only thing we are here to do is about international laws, the criteria of them, the bodies of them, and what they ask us to do. I hope you understand how we started. Listen to this again. After using a name bridge to declare after the creation of a new country, can a group use the name bridge, get an international recognition? They say no. A group with the name bridge cannot be recognized as a country after a declaration of independence. Now listen to this. The name of the entity is irrelevant to the process of becoming a country, to the process of what? Becoming a country. Recognition as a sovereign entity is a complex process. My people, are you here? Are you following? Because of we lack this knowledge, that is why Ogenkere, that is why, number one, Elias can see that Ogenkere lack all this with his ECR snake head he has. They look at him, this one, who love money. Let us use him and destroy their people. And you are contributing money, destroying, because if you are giving Ogenkere money, you are not destroying Biafra. You are destroying your destiny, your own family. Yourself is what you are destroying. You think you are doing God's rebellion? No, you are doing yourself. Yourself is what you are doing. We must continue. Listen to this.
Is irrelevant to the process of becoming a country. Recognition as a sovereign state is a complex process governed by international law and political considerations. For a new entity to be considered a state, it must meet specific legal criteria, and the name bridge does not fulfill any of them.
The name bridge does not fulfill any criteria of becoming a country. The name bridge does not fulfill any of them for us to become a country, or for us to get international recognition. And they said it's irrelevant. It's not relevant. They said it's irrelevant on the process of becoming a country. A name bridge is irrelevant. Recognition as a sovereign state is a process governed by international law and the political consideration. For a new entity, for a new country to be considered as a state, it must meet specific legal criteria, and the name bridge does not fulfill any of them. A name bridge doesn't fulfill any of these. From where am I getting what I'm reading? Listen, you know from where I get it. From where I got what I am presenting to you.
Criteria for statehood. The most widely accepted legal framework for defining a state is the Montevideo Convention on the Rights and Duties of States, 1933. According to this convention, an entity must possess the following 4 criteria to be considered a state: a permanent population.
I hope you have got from where I am presenting you this program this morning, because I must do with fact and figure, evidence at hand, for me to be educated. And whether I think that it's good to present it to you, that is why you see me presenting this particular program to you. Then I ask you before I will continue to explain anything, do we continue in this way? Do we continue? Do you think that what we are doing is important at all? Before I will say anything again, I want to say in the comment section of even if it is 5 people or 3 or 4 or 5 that said, let us continue this way without changing it. Do you think that is very important in what we are doing or documents I am presenting to you or the program I am doing? Do you think it is important? I want you to answer. Meanwhile, also, when we are doing this program, so far you have our phone number. If you try to call, when I open the line, when I say it's time for call, you couldn't get me, you can send me a voice note and put it on a comment section that you send a voice so you can be able to play it. Yes, I see one person, Kevin Abbas. You have answered to the question. I said, do we continue in this way? I said, I need to see 5 people only that we said, yes, let us continue in what we are doing. That is very, very nice. That is the area I want us to go this morning. We call it popular. We want to know majority that like what we are doing and those who doesn't like it. Okay. Juliet said, our sister Juliet said, very important. 2 people already. Thank you for coming. Please also remember that we are building this page. This page needs your support. Anyhow you can do it, whether super chat. If you can check, you will see it there. Anything you give us to, we want to directly, without hiding words from you, we want to get a laptop that is good. So I can't be looking the other way while reading, so I can be able to face the camera, and you also who is watching me can also be reading it with me. That is why we need your support to build this platform. Yes, we only see 2. We are waiting for more people to say, let us continue in this way or what we are doing. As we are waiting, let me refresh your mind. After the creation of a new country, can any group use a name like Bridgie to get an international recognition? That thing you see Ogenkere snapping photo in Washington DC, it doesn't go anywhere. They are deceiving you. Remember, when Dead Bulgaria was not alive, they used only picture. They used picture, photo to rule Nigeria for 4 years. Now the wife has come out to prove that Bulgaria died some years ago. Yes. I will also tell you, encourage this platform by giving us super chat to build this platform. Whatever you give is for us to build this platform. That is what we are doing. What we ask you to do to build this platform, please. Okay, our people say we must continue. The name of the entity called Bridge is irrelevant to the process of becoming a country. The name Bridge is irrelevant to the process of becoming a country recognition. No, a group with the name Bridge cannot be recognized as a new country after declaration of independence. That is what Batobi told you. That is why our PM, our Prime Minister, told us after declaration, all this group has been collapsed. That is why on the eve of our declaration, he formed a existing government. Yes, my brother James, I have a very tough day at work also. They changed my duty for 2 days, so it affects everything I'm doing. Even though I tried to come 2 days ago, yes, if you check, I was on live 2 days ago. I come to live a little, maybe just 1 hour, because where I am, I could not find a space to handle program. But I'm thankful I am back to my base. So we'll be doing it the way we normally do it. Thank God. That is why you couldn't hear from me. And also, using time to research more about this particular bridge of writing. To bring it, because I want to present something to you with an evidence, fact and figure. That is what we are doing. I want to present that we can educate ourselves. educate me, because the more I search, I read to get educated, and when I'm presenting it to on this particular page, it's also to make all of us to be educated more and more. You can see me. If you want to read, I will remove my face and change other. That's why I told you, please support the YouTube page with anything you can, even if it's super chat, whatever you can give in the name of supporting the page. Please go on and do that. Okay, thank you, Mazi Kevin. Thank you. I got the message clearly. Some people are working, but with their handset, they can type while at work. Thank you so much. So you can hear what we're discussing this evening. A name called Bridgie, after remember they said after a declaration that name is irrelevant in the process of recognition for a new country. And they're deceiving some people by giving them, some people are giving them their money. In this criteria of becoming a country, they say that this name, and the name Bridge does not fulfill any of them, of this criteria, for us to get national recognition, for us to be a country. A bridge after declaration. A bridge is a strong name you can use for fight for freedom, to be a freedom fighter, like what Mazda Kanu did, like what Simon Ekpa did. Yes. But after that, for Simon Ekpa to tell you that before declaration of this of Biafra, to bring a 4-man delegate who will sit down to recruit those that are going to work under the government of the of Biafra, immediately Biafra is being declared. Is to show you something that he understands the importance of the criteria that being a bridge can never bring us an international recognition. Nobody will call us a country under bridge. If you go back to yesterday's program, I explained more details of this. It simply means that when you're waiting for people to give you a name, you want to maintain the status quo of Nigeria, who a white man will give you a name. You cannot give yourself the name of your country and work towards the name. You want someone else to come and give you a name and recognize you. That simply means you are not ready to be a country. You don't know the value of being a country, and that is why they will never give it to you. Because what the name you give your dog is what the dog is answering. When it comes to this particular aspect of what we are doing, we must have a name of a country. That is why we have a name, United States of Biafra, that have a workable government, that are ready to go into agreement, to sign documents for us to be the of international recognition, pushing towards it, to also to free Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa. That is multiple dimension they are using. They did not focus on one thing. Let me tell you why I said that. When Nnamdi Kanu was arrested, Uchemefo leave everything behind and fight on the release of Nnamdi Kanu. DOS today leave everything behind and focus on releasing him. Why they are the one keeping him where he is today? These are things that when they say that this thing does not meet a criteria, you must come to think about it, because it is very, very important if you do so. It is very, very important. I want you to know one thing. I want you to know one thing here this morning. The name of the entity is irrelevant to the process of becoming a new country. This name Bridge, after declaration of independence, the name is what irrelevant. It's not relevant anymore. It's irrelevant. It does not fulfill any of those criteria for us to get recognition or for us to be a state. And people are contributing money, giving them. They say that Bridge is the motto that carries you to University of Biafra. Yes, Bridge was the motto when we never declared USB government, USB. When we never declared University of Biafra, Bridge is that motto that took us to Finland for us to go. Let me ask you this. Because of there is one aeroplane who took you to a country where you are, when they ask you, When you go to that country, do you use that name of that plane in your things that you are doing in that country? Do you not use your own name to achieve what you want to achieve? Did you not do that? Did you? That is simple common sense. Common sense. Bridge was the motor that carried us to go to Finland. That is, in fact, let me ask you this. Sometimes when you travel, do you know that the particular number of plane you use to travel for the first time, even if it is that name, is not going to be this particular number you're going to come back with? All these things are just a common sense to apply. For you who are deceived, I am telling you, I am giving you all this for you to understand what we are doing. Criteria for statehood to become a country. This most widely accepted legal framework for identifying a state is in the Montevideo Convention of the Rights and Duties of a State, 1933. According to this convention, an entity must possess the following 4 criteria to be considered as a state: a permanent population. I tell you this, I want to tell us this again. Do you know that in the vote of our self-referendum, that those in the homeland outline those in abroad in that voting? That is evidence of a permanent population of people living in the community. A defined territory, United States of Biafra, having a 40 states that made up of United States of Biafra, is our territory. Is our border. We have defined it. We have geographical area where people are living. Number 3, a government. The government must be functioning political authority that can exercise effective control over the territory and its people. Do you have it? Capacity to enter into relationship with other states. The entity must be independent and able to engage in diplomatic relations, making treaties and interacting with other nations. Are you hearing that? A state, a country. A group named Bridge would likely be an organization. A group name called Bridge likely be an organization. But to be know that Bridge is an organization that does not have a criteria to go and seek for recognition. Not a sovereign entity, not a Bridge is not a sovereign state that met this criteria. Even if the group claim to meet the requirements, its names would not be a factor in the recognition process. Listen to this.
There must be a stable community of people living within the territory. A defined territory. The entity must control a clear, distinct geographical area. A government. There must be a functioning political authority that exercises effective control over the territory and its people. Capacity to enter into relations with other states. The entity must be independent and able to engage in diplomatic relations, make treaties, and interact with other nations. A group named Bridge would likely be an organization, not a sovereign entity that meets these criteria. Even if the group claimed to meet the requirements, its name would not be a factor in the recognition process.
My brother, I'm not the one saying, I'm only explaining what I saw in the document that I bring out under Montevideo Convention. Because as we go more deep to bring those that are, but that doesn't that they used to deceive us, some of us, those that are easy to be deceived. You know one thing about that truth is always come at last, and the light is shine after heavy rain. Today the truth has been showcasing its face on this platform for you to understand that a name called Bridge, they said, would likely be an organization not a sovereign state that met this criteria, even if they claim to meet the requirements. Its name would not be a factor in the recognition process. Now, let us do one analysis here more for you to understand it. Take your mind away from what we read. Now, bring your mind to someone who is building a house, an engineer. You know that building a house, you need a mason, you need a laborer, you need a plumber, you need a carpenter, you need a painter, you need a digger, those who dig the ground, you need iron bender. These are 7 criteria that made up of a building. Now, after building the house, when the house is fully built and painted and give the owner the key, who are they using his name? They use the name of an engineer. This engineer built fine house. So the name of carpenter and bricklayer and the concrete and the plumber, all are not going to be mentioned again. They won't say, okay, this carpenter, mason, digger, iron bender, painter, they all have built a fine house. No, they will say an engineer. So name engineer, he's the one build this house. Hey, you know what he's doing? You know, look at the house he built. This is exactly where we are, and people refuse to understand it. People refuse to use their common sense because of they love money, because you're going to promise them something. That is why you see our people today making mockery of themselves in social media, deceiving themselves without knowing. And you are in social media from 19 but you cannot research, you can't present things that prove what we are doing otherwise. And you claim I'm social media, I am this, I am that. A group named Bridge would likely be an organization, not a sovereign country that made this criteria, even if they claim to meet these requirements. Its names would not be a factor in the recognition process. They will not mention them in our process of recognition. That is what Bafra to form the government when he's here with us. Tell people, organize people, give them the position, let them start working. Immediately Biafra declared, they will move in to work for United States of Biafra as a country, not as an organization anymore. Every organization must sub IPOB, Autopilot, Bridge, CRC, Falling Deep, and what's none. All of them died on November 29, 2024, after a declaration of independence of United States of Biafra as a new country. And the law we are reading under MONTEVIDEO Convention, it is a law of a new nation that will meet the criteria for them to get an international recognition. And in this recognition, Bridge or any group, any individual, IPOB, this blah, 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 all these things, they did not meet the criteria. It's only a country that was officially declared met those criteria. I want you to know that you cannot deceive the world, but you can be deceived by a group of people. I know why I'm hitting here. Why is that not to remove myself from here? A group named Bridge is organization, not a sovereign state that was declared their independence. It doesn't meet those criteria. Even if this group claim they met this criteria, even if they claim that they met this criteria, its names would not be a factor in the recognition process. It is not a factor. They can never be. So please, as you come, like and share, subscribe on RealBiafra. Subscribe on this name, RealBiafraTv. for us to be hearing more of what we are presenting to you under Montevideo Convention. Montevideo Convention is part of the international law that guides a new state that was officially declared their independence as a new country. This is RealBiafraTv. We must continue. In conclusion of this first session, before we open our line for call, even if a group were to meet this criteria of the Montevideo Convention, formally recognition, it is crucial. Why the declaration of a new state stops every group agitation under international law. So, these are things that we must know. So, my people, when you see what we are doing, I want you to understand the importance of what we are doing and why we are doing that. I want you to know that what we are doing is our right. They hide the truth from us, but it is in our hand to bring the truth out. That's why I always told you here that Hadino comes at last and truth is always bitter. Truth manifests at last. Lies take over in the first place. But we are here to bring out the truth. And I think we are bringing out the truth really, and the product document to also to use to demolish our enemies. The rule of recognition. Listen.
The role of recognition. Even if a group were to meet the criteria of the Montevideo Convention, formal recognition is still crucial. While the declaratory theory of statehood holds that an entity becomes a state once it meets the criteria, the constitutive theory argues that recognition by other states is a prerequisite. In practice, both are important. Recognition by other countries, and particularly by the United Nations, is essential for a new state to function in the international community, gain diplomatic immunity, and enter into treaties.
Do you hear it? Did you hear this clearly? Eh? Did you hear this clearly, my people? I want you to know the truth. The truth is always in the documents, and they will hide it from you. They will hide it so you can't find it out. Rather, they want you to be doing that thing you see people are doing in social media. Please, MSP, I have got to your comment. Please stop bombarding the platform with that message, please. Please. Please, may you like and share the program. At this junction, we open our line for phone calls for those who want to call. The number to call is only on WhatsApp plus 9733 6051 337. If you have a question, please come in to ask. If you have contribution, call to make the contribution. Say, just this, bring that in your mind out and let people know what you think. I will cut number again, plus 9733 6051 337. For the last time, plus 9733 plus 9733 6051 337. That is the number to call. Call to ask questions on what we are doing. or what I'm presenting to you, come to say the way it is in your mind. And also, please subscribe and like the page, the program. Subscribe. The name of this page is RealBiafraTv. RealBiafraTv. Put the right, that's RealBiafraTV together. Do not give it a space so you will get this platform. That is one of the most important things I want you to know. For us to continue, we are waiting for our people's call. We must continue to explain, to do analysis on what we have just read. I will allow you to play without saying a word, or if it is important for me to say a word, I will. Listen as I play it again. So you will hear it by yourself, not my makeup. Listen to this.
No, a group with the name Bridge cannot be recognized as a new country after a declaration of independence. The name of the entity is irrelevant to the process of becoming a country. Recognition as a sovereign state is a complex process governed by international law and political considerations. For a new entity to be considered a state, it must meet specific legal criteria, and the name Bridge does not fulfill any of them. Criteria for statehood. The most widely accepted legal framework for defining a state is the Montevideo Convention on the Rights and Duties of States, 1933. According to this convention, an entity must possess the following 4 criteria to be considered a state. A permanent population. There must be a stable community of people living within the territory. A defined territory. The entity must control a clear, distinct geographical area. A government. There must be a functioning political authority that exercises effective control over the territory and its people. Capacity to enter into relations with other states. The entity must be independent and able to engage in diplomatic relations, make treaties, and interact with other nations. A group named Bridge would likely be an organization, not a sovereign entity that meets these criteria. Even if the group claimed to meet the requirements, its name would not be a factor in the recognition process. The role of recognition. Even if a group were to meet the criteria of the Montevideo Convention, formal recognition is still crucial. While the declaratory theory of statehood holds that an entity becomes a state once it meets the criteria, the constitutive theory argues that recognition by other states is a prerequisite. In practice, both are important. Recognition by other countries, and particularly by the United Nations, is essential for a new state to function in the international community, gain diplomatic immunity, and enter into treaties.
I hope you heard it clearly. I know I allow you to roll because of that intermos. Because of those people of fallback, those people that call themselves Bridge, you had it here clearly. That name Bridge can never in this world get us an international recognition. Rather, it must be a state that will recognize a state. It must be a country, we talk to a country for recognition of United States of Biafra. I hope you are following me. I hope you understand what we are doing. I hope we are learning something from this to challenge the enemies head on. Mazaka told us to prepare ourselves the way we are before. Have you prepared yourself in everything? Have you? Please, as you come, please, may you like the program. There is, if your first time coming across this page, there is a wall in between that I am into the center of the wall. You will see a 3 dot in front of you. Please click on that. Let's go to the comment section. Officer AJ said, Bridge organization does not have any potential for engagement of any country. Elias has been deceived again, Kerry and their fallback mugus. Yes, Officer AJ, that is why I thought that what I'm doing this morning is very, very important, that we will continue emphasizing on it. About this bridge of a thing. About this bridge of a thing. For the people to know. Here they told that they don't meet any criteria for them to get an international recognition. International recognition under UN. Countries give it, not group, not individual. No group in this world, no lobby can do it for us. I hope you know. I hope you may understand it clearly. What we are presenting to you is fact and figure. Not just to come and debunk Radio Ram. I don't do that here. There is those who choose work. That is their job to do. That is their work to do. So I urge you to please, for you to understand the importance of this that we are doing this morning. A bridge is an they said maybe organization. That they did not meet any criteria of stakeholder for them to get recognition for a new country. They cannot. They say that they are irrelevant. The name is irrelevant in what we are doing. In the process of getting recognition, their name will not be mentioned and nobody will recognize them. For us to go and meet UN, for us to establish an international community standard, we must present 4 criteria, and those criteria has been fulfilled. They even heard and said, even though they claim that they met those requirements, that each name will not be able to, will not be a factor in the recognition or in the recognition process of a new country. They say even though they claim, like what you see again, share my card, not about them claiming. Even though you see it. That's why I told you, ask Elias, in which law did Elias bring that word that Biafran people will get their land 80% before we get national recognition? You just only want to put fear inside you. You think, how would this Nigerian government do? How are we going to get 80% of our land before we get international recognition? It's never worked anywhere in the world. Only 4 criteria. Once you meet those criteria without recognition, you are a sovereign state, because you must be a sovereign entity before a sovereign country. You must be independent on your own before other countries will come to recognize you. A group recognize a group. A country recognize a country. On the national global stage. If not because of the way Nigeria it is, by now, our government need to arrange a football team also again. Submit their name in qualification of countries or World Cup, African nation. Because we are a country. Kosovo is a country without an international recognition, but they are playing football. Last week, they played their match with Denmark. They won Denmark 2-0 or 0. A Kosovo, a country that was small, that was not even recognized, but their government is pursuing those recognition. By now, they are planning back to go and do their own official declaration, to have that document, to apply for membership of UN. Football team is also important what we are doing. That's what Batobi arrange it from the small team for the world to see. That is their country. In another organization, Portugal are there, they play the tournament, France play the tournament, a lot of people play, and the African people play also on a junior team level. Now is the time to build a strong team for senior team. It's the time to build it. It's the time to gather them. Submit it to African Cup of Nations organization. That Biafra is a country, we are ready. What does it take us to be a member? By also doing that, we are showing the world how prepared we are. Everything in between is all about multiple dimensions. Check countries that are playing football, what they are playing, what it takes them to register the name of Biafra there, bring people, no matter if they lose, what is better that the name has registered and the word will mention, oh, Biafran people are coming to play football. Madagascar is a country. Niger is a country. There is many countries that you never even heard, that in Africa, they never get international recognition, but they are playing African nations. Go and check once they're playing qualification of African football nation. You can see it there. It is there. Do you know that in China, that Taiwan has their own team today? Taiwan has their own team that plays football. Play for qualification also. Hungary. Many countries that's not even up to standard under UN membership. They are a country, they will recognize them once they want to play football. Football is another way, very easy to channel a new country. Our government will also adhere to do that. If Biafra has been declared, now they are playing qualified, World Cup qualified. It is late for us to go. But any other thing that they do, the sports team must look out for next thing that the world are going to do to register that name, United States of Biafra, with a 22-man's name team. The of a team, players. This is what we have to do. These are part of it. It helps. The football goes viral in the world. Even sometimes the media team of US government need to bring that last football team, that last football we played in Portugal, in a country, to also be cutting it and presenting those areas that Biafra under 20, under 21 or under 18 play the football. This is very, very important. Dr. will do what he's here with us. All these things is awareness to get international recognition. Our government should employ more strategies more on what they have for it to make it easier to get what we are looking for. Namd, I see you. Good morning. You're welcome. Peter AJ said, I have been educating them that on the earth since 2 days now. I asked Elias the same question and he kept mute. Elias and the cohort are scamming Genu Biafrans. Bridge does not have any potential to meet any country for recognition of Biafra, because Bridge is not a country, it's just an organization. They cannot. That thing you see Ogenkere doing is just snapping photo. That is what the stupid man called Eddie Abali, Asad Okobo, is asking when his head was correct. This is not President Borena photo. This is a recognition of Bridge. You are BRIGE. Is this photo? Elias is deceiving those. They are small head. Remember that our line is open for you to call, also to support the platform, to bring your own idea, to make things work perfectly. The number to call remains +9733 +9733 6051 337. That is the number you have to. Please subscribe on this page. Subscribe, like the program, comment a reasonable something like others people in the comment section like Peter AJ and the others. Please, it is very, very important to do so. It is very, very important if you may do so. I hope, we continue, my people. We have to continue in what we are doing. It's very, very important. It pains me so much that I will miss sometimes on YouTube, or sometimes I will miss social media because of my job. Even if there is a way I can change that job, I'm looking a way to change that. I'm able to have time for us to do this more. But going to work, that is how I see the internet. That is how I can be able to do this. Because without the internet, I cannot. We must work. That is why we went abroad. To work. When the work get tough, that is the only way you could not see us. When we could not have a time, even 10 minutes to come on social media, that is why. But if we have it, we will come to social media, we will support, we will give you a little of things we have in our own mind to do. So please, my people, it is very important if you do so. Do not just come, write one comment and run away because of it's not about Adade or Hamma, it's not about Ogen, it's not about Chiamaka Ajere, it's not about to go 247. No. Stay here because let us educate ourselves. Because knowledge is power. Knowledge is what? Power. Under this MONTEVIDEO Convention, there is a lot about a new country. There is a lot about Geneva Convention. There is a lot about UN. Despite the corrupt entity, country that's made up of this UN, we must push, because how other people push and they got it right one day. After the declaration, we continue pushing for recognition on international law. Who will do that? A state, not a group, not individuals, not group of people. They told you that even this bridge may likely be a group. Even though if they claim that have met all these criteria, nobody will give them any recognition anywhere in the world. Come May, whatever may happen, no country will give them any recognition. So do not be deceived by Elias and the Sana Parawa and the petty, the old fool who are in a country who cannot research how. Well, a country where he is one of the most corrupt countries that kills citizens of their land. Britain, UK. Obato Simon close this UK family 3 times because of their impunity. Because of not standing on the truth, well, always deviating, because what Britain used to control Nigeria is on their head, and they are there. They are what? They are there. We must continue what we are doing. If you want to call, you are free to call. I hope you understand this clearly. For one more time, allow you to play again. Then after playing, we move to another part of it.
No, a group with the name Bridge cannot be recognized as a new country after a declaration of independence. The name of the entity is irrelevant to the process of becoming a country. Recognition as a sovereign state is a complex process governed by international law and political considerations. For a new entity to be considered a state, it must meet specific legal criteria, and the name Bridge does not fulfill any of them. Criteria for statehood. The most widely accepted legal framework for defining a state is the Montevideo Convention on the Rights and Duties of States, 19...
Sorry. We must continue. You can head it how to organize a state and the criteria. And they told
1933. According to this convention, an entity must possess the following 4 criteria to be considered a state. A permanent population. There must be a stable community of people living within the territory. A defined territory. The entity must control a clear, distinct geographical area. A government. There must be a functioning political authority that exercises effective control over the territory and its people. Capacity to enter into relations with other states. The entity must be independent and able to engage in diplomatic relations, make treaties, and interact with other nations. A group named Bridge would likely be an organization, not a sovereign entity that meets these criteria. Even if the group claimed to meet the requirements, its name would not be a factor in the recognition process. The role of recognition. Even if a group were to meet the criteria of the Montevideo Convention, formal recognition is still crucial.
Even if a group we met the criteria of Montevideo Convention, that a formal declaration document is important. And because of it's a state, we recognize a state, that's why they said they will not grant them recognition under any group, whether Bridge, whether IPOB, whether MASOB. They will not, until a new country is being declared officially, and the government of that new country will talk to other old countries for them to recognize them as a state.
While the declaratory theory of statehood holds that an entity becomes a state once it meets the criteria, the constitutive theory argues that recognition by other states is a prerequisite. In practice, both are important. Recognition by other countries, and particularly by the United Nations, is essential for a new state to function in the international community, gain diplomatic immunity, and enter into treaties.
You see it? For a new state to function, in the international community, gain diplomatic immunity, and enter into treaty. Who? A new state, not Bridge, not IPOB, not MASOB. There is one thing that we almost know at the time that we are into right now. Do not be deceived. Do not be panicked. Stand strong, because everything that we are doing right now, we are doing it for us to meet all these criteria that are very important. My people. It was sometimes when you listen to Mas Simon Eba, listen to Mas Nnamdi Kanu, you will understand what they stand for. You will understand what they are doing. Then you will know the importance of having a new country under Montevideo Convention, under everything that we are doing. Now you have a government. I told you that only in the name of this government that we will get an international recognition. Nobody, no group will do it. Now, into the problem that the African people are facing is only the government will end the impunity of Nigeria, whether you like it or not. I said what? Whether you like it or not. It's only government can end it, not an individual, not any other thing. This is a thing that you must know within yourself. You must remove yourself from the poor knowledge that they use to deceive you from Ogenkere, Sana Prawa, and all of them. You must. I want us to take our time to this Thomas and the can before we continue.
But they don't. They have what is called a rentier economy. There is a difference between an economy and rentier economy. Rentier economy.
Listen.
Grace of the Most High, who liveth in heaven. Tell your friends and your family, use whatever means at your disposal. Sometimes we are given to bouts of laziness and incompetence. This evening I will ask you to jettison both. Don't be lazy. Don't be incompetent. Go on to social media. Use your telephone. Use your text facilities on any mobile phone device in your possession. You can go on BlackBerry. You can go on WhatsApp. You can also go on Twitter. I urge you to go on Facebook to tell your friends. Announce it very boldly and compellingly. Let them know that we are live and direct. Let them know that this is Radio Biafra. Let them understand that man did not send us to come, that only Chukwu Okike Abiyama Binigwe determined that we should come. Therefore, our gospel is not inspired by the things of the earth. It is inspired, of course, by the divinity of heaven. That is why we are here, and that is why we must preach it. It is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Nobody can come to us and say that anything we are proposing, anything we are presenting, anything we are analyzing, the way we do it is falsehood. They cannot attack us on the point of principle, philosophy, and ideology. They can only come after us with frivolity, things that are irrelevant. Which passport are you using? As if passport makes any sense or any difference to anybody. When baboons and monkeys leave the zoo, they claim all manner of nationalities in order for them to be able to survive. Because if you say you're from the zoo, you become irrelevant immediately. I have written another piece, of course I have to. Because every day we philosophize. Every blessed day we reason, we think. Because we are deep thinkers. We are natural born intellectuals. As we shall do to the very useless Yoruba man, Wole Soyinka. He's in our sides. He has responded to something we have said, and we are going to shred him as always. Any idiot, if you stray into our territory, we devour you with superior intellect. I tell you. You will see it coming before you, your end. But there is nothing you can do about it. Ask the enemies of this very platform what became of them. We are exceptionally formidable. If you ask the zoo police what is happening to them now in Aba, they will tell you how serious we are. The encounter we had with them at the Watcher, they understand how serious we are, that this is IPOB, this is its mouthpiece Radio Biafra. We propagate, we preach, we disseminate information to achieve one singular objective: the restoration of the kingdom of heaven. That kingdom of heaven is called Biafra. The weak here, of course not, we don't give a toss. Don't give a damn who you are. We preach the gospel without fear before our enemies. We preach it in a style and in a manner that even those who are deaf and dumb will be able to understand it. We explain everything to the tiniest of detail, the most basic minutiae of detail, for you to be able to understand, for you to also appreciate that our calling is not of that of man, ordained by heaven. Chuku Ukike Abiyama. That is why we are here this evening, coming to you via 102.1. I need confirmation that Yenegoa is with us. Let me repeat. I need confirmation this evening. Elsa is live on 102.1 Biafra FM. Of course, it's CHK. Our own unique brand of broadcasting. This gospel is spreading. I address them today. And let me tell you, I am sorry to say, I believe that Yenegoa can even be more stronger than Iguacha. I'm telling you. Very, very powerful, I tell you. I address them today, very eager, very, very enthused. Men of intelligence, men of raw zeal to go and take back what belongs to them. They don't belong to the nonsense of resource control. It is nice to see men, able-bodied men on the arms, saying that what they want is Biafra. That one day is on for that matter. I had to address them earlier today, and believe you me, some of them sounded as if they wanted Biafra more than myself, which is something I thought I would never ever encounter in my life. Very strong. Let me assure you, this gospel is spreading everywhere. In Yenegoa this evening, we should be live and direct, but I need confirmation. I need to be inboxed the confirmation that we are live in Bayelsa.
Yes, that is Voice of Oyun Master to hold the platform. I ask you, please, as you come in, you may call if you wish to. You may call as you wish to. I see my big comrade, RealBiafraTv. Thank you so much for coming in. This morning, we are presenting to you what we are discussing. We are back to what we are discussing this morning. This name called Bridgie. How international law see those things that they use to deceive you, and how they present, and what they told you about them. Not me. I didn't say it by my words. It's what they said, is what I am presenting to you. That is all I do. After a declaration of a new country, can a group use the name Bridge? It gets recognition. What did they say? They said no. A group with the name Bridge cannot be recognized as a country after a declaration of independence. After our declaration, every group, IPOB, Autopilots, Bridge, Masob, all this name has collapsed. They all people of University of Biafra, all of them are under the government. They say after a declaration, the name of the entity is called Bridge is irrelevant to the process of becoming a new country. After declaration, you are a country. You are now walking to the process to become a fully country. Recognition as a sovereign state is a complex process governed by international law and the political consideration. For a new country to be considered a state, it must meet specific criteria, legal criteria, and the name Bridge does not fulfill any of them. The name Bridge does not fulfill in the criteria of becoming a new country after declaration. A bridge must sub IPOB. They cannot. They did not meet the criteria. What are those criteria? Is being found listing created the criteria for statehood, the most widely accepted legal framework for definition of a state is in the MONTEVIDEO Convention on the Rights and Duties of the State, 1933. According to this convention, an entity must process the full criteria, 4 criteria to become considered as a state. You know it is a permanent population, a defined territory, a government, capacity to enter relationship. Now listen, a group named Bridge will likely be an organization not a state, not a country, not a sovereign state that met the criteria. Even if the group claim to meet the requirement, its name would not be a factor in the recognition process. Name bridge, BRIG government, they present it in a capital letter to you. It doesn't in the international law, Montevideo Convention. This is Article 3, 6, and 7. From paragraph 1 is from to this numbers I mentioned is from where I get what I am presenting to you. To tell that a bridge cannot. No, I'm not the one who said it. They said, let me refresh your mind. After a declaration of a new country, can a name bridge get an international recognition? They say no, 3 times. A group with the name bridge cannot be recognized as a new country after declaration of independence, like what we did on November 29, 2024. After that, all this group has been buried. The name of the entity is irrelevant to the process of becoming a country. Recognition as a sovereign state is a complex process governed by international law and the political consideration. For a new entity to be recognized as a state, it must meet specific legal criteria, and the name bridge does not fulfill any of them. The name bridge does not fulfill any of this criteria to meet for an international recognition. You see all this that we are doing here today, wanting to end it, recognition. Listen to this again. A group name bridge would likely to be an organization. Remember, this is under Montevideo Convention, Article 6. I quote you to go and research and read. Go and start reading from Montevideo Convention from Article 1 down to, you may understand what I'm telling you. Not a sovereign state, not a sovereign entity that met the criteria. Even if the group claim to meet the requirement of all these criteria, its name would now be attached in the process of recognition for instance of the Biafra government. That's why I told you, it's like just when you have money to build a house, you call an engineer. The engineer will come with mason. He will come with a carpenter. He will come with a painter. He will come with a plumber. He will come with iron bender. He will come with laborers. After you have finished building that your house, the recognition, the everything goes to this engineer. Know what he's doing. He built a fine house. So the engineer of what we are doing is after our declaration, United States of Biafra that are going to enter into agreements with other countries and other states. This is what it is. I told you, do not be deceived. I know why I continuously playing out here, dishing it out. Like I said, if you have a phone call, it's going to be good. The number to call is plus. Now we don't have a link, you can call. You can call on number plus 973360513337 plus 973360513337. That is number only on WhatsApp. You may call to support, to put your voice in what we are doing. Say what you think, what you know. You must not put it the way I put it here, but you can bring something out. Even if what is coming from you is matters are rising from the enemy's camp. You are free to say it. You are free. But remember that the name breed does not have capacity The name cannot be used to get recognition. That's why Elias and Dogen Kere, Sonia Prawa are deceiving you because they don't have a job. The job they find is Biafra. The job they find is to use Bridget to deceive you. That is the job they have found for themselves. The time has come for us to tell ourselves the truth. Because they said we must use our social media to help our government to campaign for the new country. It is very, very important for us to understand the importance of what we are doing. As it is, we may move into another headline this morning. You must move. Using the name Bridget to work to get recognition under MONTEVIDEO Convention. Listen to this. Listen to this. Amechi, you are welcome. Good morning.
The term Montevideo Convention refers to the Montevideo Convention on the Rights and Duties of States, a treaty signed in 1933 that is widely considered the standard for defining statehood in international law. To be recognized as a state under this convention, an entity must meet 4 specific criteria. The name you used, Bridge to Work, does not meet any of these requirements and therefore cannot be recognized as a state.
Again, the same International MONTEVIDEO Convention again. This Article 10 is what I'm reading to you right now. That the name Bridge, name used Bridge, does not meet any of these requirements and therefore cannot be recognized as a state. The name Bridge can never be recognized as what? As a state. They cannot get international recognition with that name Bridge. That is why I'm doing this for you to understand it. I want you to look at it. To be recognized as a state under this convention, an entity must meet 4 criteria. The name used, Bridge, to work for recognition does not meet any of these requirements and therefore cannot be recognized as a state. Now that you see Ogen layers presenting you B-R-I-G in a capital letter, they are deceiving you. Look at it here. This is an international law that the governments are using. They are telling you that nobody can ever in our entire life give them recognition because of their name is Bridge. They have a functioning government. No. They said it's only on the government. Here are the 4 criteria for Article 1 of this MONTEVIDEO Convention. The criteria we have to meet for you to be a country. For you to get international recognition. A permanent population. A defined territory. A government. Capacity to enter into relation. These are the criteria. A name or organization like Bridge does not fulfill the criteria because it does not because it is not a sovereign political entity, a sovereign political country with its own territory, population, and the government. Can you listen? A Bridge does not have a territory, even population under MONTEVIDEO Convention. They don't have a government. Whatever you see they're doing there is just to deceive the gullible, to make your money and take your money away from you. That is why they are using that thing on you. I am making it, I'm bringing it in a church terms to you to understand the importance of what we are doing, why we are doing what we are doing, because it is very, very important to do so. A name Bridge cannot get us any recognition anywhere. You had it here. This is Article 1 again, bring it back to explain the name Bridge. We must research for us to chase away these criminals. Chasing them away is not saying things in our own way or doing their plan. Yes, but there is fact, there is evidence that when you read and give to somebody, he will hide his face in shame. Shame is also between Sonia Power by now. But because of the government has encouraged them with the money. Personally, the government has encouraged Sonia Power or his own. That is why he's doing what he's doing. The only thing he's doing because he wants to support. No, because of he's getting his own pay, he's getting his own share. That is why he is doing what he's doing. That is the reason why. Under this international law, they cannot do it. They can never get it. Rather, they only to deceive you, collect money from you, make you, and they will run away in a due time. A name IPOB as an organization cannot, a name Masob as an organization cannot. They will never get the recognition for you, and nobody will look at you if you are still on those names, because they will see you as a separatist, secessionist, and they will see you as somebody who is interfering in another country's problem. That is why the war will not come. But now I've declared it officially, the war will come very soon to answer. No matter how they delay. If Afghanistan can get recognition after 5 years, in 2021, Afghanistan stood up and take over their land, just away America, military, embassy, and everything, stand on their country and say, we are the owner of this country. This is how we want it to be. Today, a whole Afghanistan against international recognition from Russia, because of we. Last 3 months, they got international recognition from the world. So I want you to know that people of Biafra right now, that a new nation has declared, we met all these criteria. We overmet these criteria. We overmet this criteria. That's one of the most important I want you to know. Like I said, if you can't call, you can send a voice note. We play to also able to know that people are understanding and people are listening to what we're doing. But if nobody call, we may say to end the program because we can't do it alone. We need you to do it. We need to read their comments in the comment section. Biafra said that is where we'll stop. They will mazi, they will get Biafrans. USB forever. Yes, so yes, indeed, the one. Thank you so much. I'm not saying good morning, my brother. Thank you for coming in. Thank you, thank you. I see Faith. Thank you so much. I see Aaron. Thank you so much. I see Peter. Thank you so much. Everything that we are doing is because of we want a new nation. We want Biafra to be declared as a nation. That is why we are doing it. Support our page for building building this page. Anything you have, support through Super Chat. We can be able to get things we needed to make this platform in a bigger way. So when you come, you can come into the link, into the studio, and send and contribute to your own quota, and you may leave. So please, my people, what we are doing is nobody call us to do it, but you go carry ask us to come this time around to be here with you and present all these things to you. A bridge, they call it a transition, where people have to transition to accomplish their dream. That's why you have a name of a company. Where people under that company, they are working. Exactly. When people are under company working, because of you under the company, are you going to be, when you go to your house, you use the company name to be answered and do put on a document and do whatever you're doing? The answer is no. You must use your own name, even inside the company. All of you that are there are under the company. People are made up of the company. For how long are you going to be deceived? For how long are you going to allow yourself to be swollen in the lack of knowledge? Come and come. Let us make some common sense in what we are doing. Come, let us make common sense in what we are doing. It is very, very important. If you do so, when you see the program, please do not just fold your hand. Like the program, also share the program. Everything that we are doing is in our favor. Everything that we have seen right now is for our own good. That is one thing I want you to know. That is one thing I want you to know. That is why I'm presenting all this to you, so you will see something to defeat the enemies, whatever you meet them head on, and they will put themselves in shame. They don't have face. They don't have face. I want you to know that people of Biafra are seeking for an international recognition. Now we have a government, workable government, that understands the importance of things that we are doing and how it's happening. The government of USB are doing a wonderful job. The government of USB is doing a wonderful job. So in everything that we are doing, please do not shy away from the truth. Stand on the side of the government, support your government, allow your government to take control of you and tell you what to do and what not to do at all time. That is how a new country that we are building is going to be run. They call it a brain-based economic country, not what the government is doing. We can't do like that. They only believe in oil. Nothing is moving, nothing is working. Everywhere is from one problem to another problem. A lot of kidnapping, a lot of pain. That is why we need to run away, because they have mapped our entire region out to wipe away us. And people who are there supporting Ogen Kere. Do you not hear what we have read this evening? What we have read this morning, depending on your time? This afternoon, depending on your time? Why are you still waiting? Why are you not doing the needful and what you're supposed to do for people of Biafra to understand the importance of what we have to do? And that is why we are here to do that. That is why we're here to do that. So I told you, please stand strong. Nobody will give us Biafra. Nobody will. We have already, give ourselves Biafra as a new country. We have given ourselves what? If a group that is fighting for the freedom use a name like Bridget to get people together after declaration, can they use the name Bridget gets international recognition? Or saying no, you can't use to get international recognition? Why are you deceiving people? Why are you deceiving our people? Why are you making things more difficult for Biafran people? You are making it for us. No, for yourself, because you can't stop it. If a baraba go, waiting don't enter, or no coming out. We have already established it that United States of Biafra is a new country, has a workable government that are good to enter into relations with other countries. That is the criteria we must meet for us to be a new country. These are the criteria. Please, as you come, like and share the program, please, so others know that we are live and we are direct. Do not just come, write comments, and go away. No. Like the program. Like the program. Subscribe on the YouTube, RealBiafraTv. This is the part of what we are doing for you to know the truth. For you to understand the true side of what we are doing. I want to listen to something again. You may understand it. My people. Nobody is na otwana jiomola. We are the one holding ourselves. Listen to this.
While using a name like Bridge could be a powerful symbolic choice, it does not, on its own, guarantee international recognition for a group fighting for freedom. International recognition is a complex process that depends on various factors beyond a group's name. Factors for international recognition: political context. The geopolitical landscape plays a huge role. A group's ability to gain recognition is heavily influenced by the interests of powerful nations and international organizations like the United Nations. Some governments may be reluctant to recognize a new group if it threatens their existing alliances or economic interests. Actions and legitimacy. The actions of the group are crucial. Are they seen as a legitimate, unified, and representative body? Do they adhere to international humanitarian law and human rights principles? A group that commits atrocities or lacks a clear, legitimate political structure will find it very difficult to gain recognition, regardless of its name. Media and public relations. A well-coordinated public relations campaign can significantly influence international public opinion and, in turn, government decisions. The ability to communicate their message, highlight their cause, and gain positive media coverage is essential. Diplomatic efforts. Active and strategic diplomatic engagement is key. This includes lobbying foreign governments, building relationships with international non-governmental organizations, and participating in international forums. A group named Bridge could use the symbolism of the word to their advantage, framing themselves as a connection between their people and a free future, or a link between their cause and the international community. However, this is a metaphorical tool. It won't be enough to overcome political and diplomatic obstacles. Recognition is earned through sustained action, legitimacy, and strategic diplomacy, not just a name. This video, while not about a political group, explains the musical term, bridge, and its purpose, which is to provide a transition and connection between different parts of a song.
I hope you are following. I hope you are following. I hope you're understanding it clearly, what we are doing this morning. After all this, they said no, a name alone, even a symbolic one like bridge, because many things in the world, they use that word bridge to bring people together, to come under it and achieve one thing. How do you achieve? You give the name that benefits on what you have achieved. They said cannot be used to gain international recognition under international law. The process for a new country, they can never use bridge. They cannot use IPOB. They can never use MASOB. They say no to all these groups that they did not meet a criteria of a statehood under international law. That's why I told you that what we are doing is not like at that time. The way we think it is where we will do it. Let's not do it this way. No, it's a time to face it squarely, to face it right on international law with the truth and figure. This is a time where the word of Master Kano that we must get Biafra with truth and honesty. It's honest. This is the time has come. And let the government of Biafra let them do not do the same mistake by showing the face of those that are working with the government and also those that are in the foreign states that are helping us. I thank them for not showcasing their faces on social media because nobody passes temptation. Nobody passes temptation. It takes a strong hand to pass a temptation. This is something that we all must understand that are very, very imperative in what we are doing. It is very, very imperative in what we are doing. I want you to know that everything you are listening from here is fact and figure. Everything I'm doing here is I'm bringing from under international law. If you are failed to search from Geneva Convention, I go to UN Charter. If you are failed to go to UN Charter, I go to MONTEVIDEO Convention. These where they set out the laws that to guide and how the step we must follow for us to get a new country and for us to get a new recognition to participate on an international global stage. These are fact and figure. These are truths. These are the things that they had from us, and since over all these years that lead into a long time agitation that has many numerous dangers, I have presented to you a danger in a long time agitation that we have did over 2 decades. A decade is 12 years from 20 time of Mazin and Kaniti now. Count how many years and add Mazin. And as one called Juku, then Ado was wicked. You will know that over 2 decades we are here. The same thing that they have said in those days, what we are saying, except now we have come to bring another dimension to prove to you why everything was delayed. So you will know the lane, you will know your standard. The government know what to do, and they are doing it. That is why government must be with those who are well educated. Those that what kind of said, is going to be for those that are well read. Those that are what? On nothing moves, that the money they have is okay for them. They were told you that you must be well read, more educated, more read. You must be well read. You must be a wealthy someone who has money a little. That the one you have, you are okay with it. You don't have longer truth of money. But Master can mention these 2 criteria among and others. So which one are you presenting? What are you doing social? They say that we will use the social media to help the government to create more awareness. What kind of awareness are you creating? When you see those who are against the government talking ill, they are not for the government. Like I told you, there's a platform you can go, you may listen to all that. That you may do what? Listen to all of them and understand it. Criteria for statehood is the next article we are going in. Is the same thing you have been hearing on international law, particularly as outlined in the MONTEVIDEO Convention 3, Article 1. You go on and 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 go on. Why a name bridge could be a symbolic group interest to contest with the other nations. Yes, somehow. That's why Bato be used name bridge. That is why when our sister Amaka has problem in Canada, Obato be using name bridge that people are under to go for her, and for her the Canadian government listened. But it's not a government. It's not a new country yet. This is RealBiafraTv. Thank you so much. Please like and share. He encourages us to like and share the program if you may. The group must first democratically that it has an effective government, and after that, a government of the new country will take over after declaration. The group does not meet and fulfill any of these criteria for a new country. Yes, Obatobia has it, do it. And because of they lack that particular criteria to be a new country, that's all Obatobia, without even on the eve of our declaration, he did what? He formed a government that's made up of people that are going to be under the government until Biafra is being declared. They will now work out to take the lead in the new country. Remember, he said they might use this group, this name bridge, to bring people together to achieve a goal. What is the goal that we achieve? Declaration. And they said after declaration, the name bridge is what? Irrelevant. It does not fulfill any criteria of becoming a country. Okay, why are you deceiving our people? Sonia Prawa, why you bent to destroy people, to deceive people? But people, I will bring a name to you, like Siman Siobo, brother of Sonia Prawa. Where is him today? The same role he played is what they are playing. The same so being on social media for 19 brigade without bringing the fact and figure, the things that will quench the fire of the enemies for them to know that we are a country, no matter what they may. I told you, every country becomes an online country for the first time until they declare their independence and get international recognition. They are no longer what? Online country. But it must start from online. That is what we had. That is what we learned from all this convention. That is why I am proud to be a Biafra, no matter what you can see it, no matter what you think you can say. So, I want to know that you are on the right side. The rule of recognition. Who are they going to recognize? Not Bridgie, not IPOB. In short, why a powerful name called by useful of public relations and building collapse identity? It is a substance. The fulfillment of the legal criteria for a stakehold a successfully diplomatic effort by a new country after declaration seeking for an international recognition. The name bridge would just be just a symbolic group that people gather under it to make a declaration of a new country, and after declaration, the country will meet these criteria for them to flourish on the international global stage. Do you hear it clearly? I have checked this scene in and out, left, right, center, back, forward. I am getting only one thing. After they will tell you, look at what it is. Because they told you, no, a name called Bridge cannot get international recognition for you. And you're contributing your money. They will tell you fundraising for us to get national recognition. They are deceiving you. It can never happen under this world, even in the Africa. Nobody will give them. Nobody will not give them recognition, but they are just a group. Like when you have a party names, people gather in there to do something, to vote for a new president. We have voted for the United of Biafra as a country. What else do you really want again? Why you don't know what you want? Lack of education, lack of knowledge is our problem. Lack of knowledge is our problem. And I told that ignorance is not an excuse in the eyes of the law. It's not an excuse in the eyes of the law. Do not mind those that are gullible, those that try to deceive themselves, not you. Do not be deceived by anybody anymore. No group in this world, no lobby can get us international recognition. Nobody. No lobby, nobody can do that. It's only we as the Biafran people has the right, the monopoly to do what we are doing. We must continue. We must do what? We must continue. We must continue. Do you know that this name bridge can be used into a music context? Do you know that? A bridge, that name stands for anything, depending on what you want to do to achieve, depending on the transition. A bridge is a transition name to get to the end of what you want, and the bridge will be what? Destroyed and believe. It has been destroyed. We have abolished bridge because we're no longer there, because now we are a new country on international law. We are a new country. No matter that even the world are shying away from the law they put here, because the law is against some of them who are oppressing their people to not stand on their right and do what they want at all times. Everything that we are doing, everything we are hearing here this morning, this is how it is, and I want you to know how important what we are doing it is. As I told you, we are going to draw the curtain from here. We have spent our 2 hours. Wait when we come back again in the afternoon to also present you another side of this document. Or, my people, you want us to continue more? That is why I said I can only continue if a call comes in to support my voice. Then I will continue doing what I do. But if your call did not come, I am going to. I know that our people are at work, really. Our people are at work by now. But if call did not come, then that means we are going to end the program and wait for afternoon time when we come back again today. Everything that we are doing is in between of us. It's for our own right. It's our own time to do what we are doing. That's why I told you, do not be panicked, do not be moved with what they are doing. Government officers of Biafra understand the importance of this criteria and they are working towards that. Let us see how they can create a government. A new official declared independence of a new country. Let us see how they are going to win. Let us see. Under international law. International law is existing on international level. Despite that, on the side of Finland, they are like Nigeria. They believe in evil. So please, my people, we are going to draw the curtain here until we come back again in the evening time or in the afternoon. It is very, very important that you are here today. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you for being here. Mazi Humble, Mazi Ezedos, I greet you all. If you want to hear about Ode Orama, if you want to hear about Sana Akrawa, if you want to hear about Yamaka Ajere, there is a platform that where they discuss that particular one. But for here, please, this is what we discuss. No matter how the like it is, in 2 hours, we are going to only 22 likes. It doesn't matter. What matters is that the message is sink to our people's mind. That's what matters so much. That those who understand it can use it. So, please, my people, Okwano, now we have ourselves, but it's a time. A time has come for you to man up to defend your country. A time has come for you to defend United States of Biafra as a new country. This is where we are, This is what is happening, and nobody can stop us from having this truth that we are hearing today. We may continue more in the afternoon or in the evening, depending on our time. Then, whatever we can do for Biafra is what we are doing to make that everything is all right, that our people did not lack this wisdom anymore. That is why we are taking our time to preach you this and bring it out to you, so you may understand the importance of what we are doing as a Biafran. So please, from me, from here, have a wonderful day.